everybody, welcome to BrickVault. Today in front of us is the Bookshop, your Lego modular set. It comes out once a year, and this one is looking pretty darn good. This is a set that I think Lego in general tries a little bit harder on, and they add wonderful, nice little details for you to see on the outside as well as the inside. So thank you to the Lego group for sending this set over to us to do a review. We're really happy that we managed to get this one in particular because we do very much like to make buildings in the modular format, and of course have a much larger Lego city that we are going to be putting this in later in the episode. But let me get into the logistics first. This is a 2,504 piece set. It sells for $180 in the States, 160 euro roughly, depending on where you are in Europe, and 150 pounds. This makes it pretty average in terms of a part to price ratio for compared to other creator sets, or at least creator modular sets, I should say. And it is very much above average in terms of part to price, and I think even weight for the pieces. If you were to weigh this set out, you do just get a ton of ABS, and so there are some amazing pieces included here that I'm really happy in terms of custom building for later down the line. But I'll get into that. I'll get into some fun little building techniques that were used, like my favorite ones that were used for the internal and external features. But first, let's get into the minifigures. There's a mom and dad in this set, so let's start off with the mom first. I don't believe any of the prints on this figure are exclusive just to this character, but some really nice details all around. She has an alternate expression. I think these parents are kind of in their middle ages, maybe not brand new young parents, but parents that have, kids that have kind of grown up and are young adults. That's my guess here. This is actually based on the mother of the designer of this set, which is pretty cool. And the same goes for the dad. So that is a pretty nice personal touch on the designer, and wonderful, wonderful prints that go all the way around. Nothing special here, but the fact that this is kind of based on a real person, roughly. It does kind of feel a little bit more like a real person, but maybe that's just because I already know this because I watched the designer video on this set. But really nice there. Let's check out some of the other figs. This lady is, I think, the shopkeeper, or at least the person who's at the register, according to some of the pictures here. Freaking awesome hairpiece. Look at that hairpiece. It's huge. It's wild, it's a little bit crazy. I'm sure she's kind of a quirky character. She's really into books. Nice alternate expression. Once again, not exclusive prints for the face or for this blouse piece, but kind of a fun character. And then this guy is possibly a romantic interest. He's got a flower for her, and he looks maybe hopeful. Pretty confident expression, I'd say. I like this print for his overalls. I haven't seen it, but then again, I am a little bit behind on some of my figure prints for City and Creator, so it's possible that this print has already been out. But yeah, nice looking dude. He's got sort of the wavy, coiffed hair. And then we have this much younger kid here with his remote control plane, his flying plane. Fun build for a plane, and I like his beanie in the lighter blue. That might be a new molded piece, though I cannot be totally sure. Now here he is without his scarf piece on, so you can see the banana underneath the vest or jacket there. Nice alternate expression. I really like his alternate for sure. And now let's actually move on to the set. All right, so my initial impressions are really like the color combination. We've got, I think this is the nougat color with a dark red roof here, and on the other side we have this relatively recently resurrected teal. I think that's what they're calling it. Teal color with the dark blue. So you have kind of a lighter bluish greenish color here, and a lighter brownish reddish color, and then dark blue, dark red. So I think it's just a smart color combination. And the birch tree here is, I think, the first time we've gotten a birch tree in Lego bricks. And if I can just, I think there's a way to unsnap it. Oh no, there's a more efficient, well, I guess you can do it that way. It's just connected in with a couple of studs there. But I like that this Technic bit, I hope I'm not hitting my microphone, the Technic bit that you can see in here, and there's also these little slits from these straight macaroni pieces. I don't know exactly what you call them. Looks great. It really does mimic the bark coloration for birch, and in fact, I kind of had them hidden, but you know, I might be able to twist a couple of these around so you can see the slits a little bit more easily in the front, which makes sense. So that is so cool. The planer box itself has got kind of an interesting, it's really strong too. You can drop it and it won't break into pieces. You have a little bird with a nest there as well. I think I almost forgot to show that off. Love the color combination in general. And yeah, iron wrought little gate that goes around the side. I think I put it back, yeah, in the correct spot. So that's nice. It's Birch Books is the name of the name of the bookstore. So you got a birch tree. I do like that little nod there. These are printed pieces. No stickers in this set, so everything that you see, like the 107, which is the color number for this teal here, everything that you see here is totally printed on. And yeah, a couple of exclusive prints, like what you see from the front. Now checking out the back, it's pretty basic. I mean, there's a lot of space here. These are really kind of narrow, almost pushed in a little bit. For a Creator Modular set, sometimes they, like the corner pieces, I guess there's a lot of space because it's a corner piece and you have extra, oh yeah, might as well just show you this now. You have a little bit extra space on a corner, but yes, you can break these apart. This is similar to, I want to say the pet store and the barber shop. I think that was the Creator Modular set from maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. Built in a similar or almost the same exact style where you can put these into different chunks. You can split these up on either side of other Creator sets. You can have them connect together on this side, like this, if you wanted to split it up. Though I can see why they didn't do that. You've got this big tall birch tree kind of right in the center. So, you know, you can still play around with it. The birch tree is going to be close to a building regardless when you start connecting this stuff up. Yeah, wonderful though. I've got some more impressions I want to say about the exterior and just the way it was put together, but I think it's about time to start diving onto the inside, into the inside of these sets. I'm going to start off with the bookstore at the top. So I guess we can appreciate some of the exterior detailing before we jump in. There's a really nice little hinge piece or a series of hinge pieces on the outside that rounds out the roof pieces here. And for the most part, this is all just, it's very simple. All this detailing is quite simple, but very, very effective. I'll get into some of the exterior detailing in a second more, but let's work our way down. You can take off a little bit of this back roof, and here you have a bedroom, more of the nice blue, teal blue color here. And on the inside is a chameleon. Come on, buddy. There we go. There's a little chameleon. He hasn't been molded in this color yet before. He's the same mold as what we saw from the last collectible minifigure series, but now he's done in blue, perhaps to match the bed. I think, in fact, that is what the designer mentioned. You can put the little chameleon on the bed, and then he's the same color, because that's what they do. He changes color, but very simple. The interiors, by the way, all pretty darn simple. The bed hasn't been created in a way for it to break out so easily. You can see one of the feet is still left there, but nice. Look, you've got this wonderful piece that has been somewhat hidden away on the inside, but yeah, relatively simple interiors, as you will see as we move along. So this part, everything of course pops off quite easily. And yes, let's take a closer look at the second floor. All right, floor 2 has a wonderful staircase with a lot of bright, vibrant green and a grandfather clock there. That is a printed 2x2 tile. Pretty nice there. This one's actually built directly into the wall. You cannot take that grandfather clock out. But if you wanted to, you can take this out. It's a wonderful reading chair. I really like the use of those 1x1 half cylindrical pieces for both the arms and the top of the chair. Really common piece in light bluish gray for this set, which is awesome. Wonderful little build for a carpet. And yes, this is the exterior, the outside. I can turn this down a little bit so it's not so overexposed. We've got 2 chairs and a little table once again. The very relaxing reading culture of the people that would be running the bookshop. So this is really just a nice quiet reading room. Let's move on to the next story, the bottom story. And this is really, I'm going to take this off because it's kind of kind of throws the weight off a little bit as I move it around. And you can see the staircase here. This piece is also built to be taken out quite easily, the stairs, so you can have access to the inside where you can see the books. So I think you can. Yeah, you can take this out. So the books here are built very, very bright. You got bright blues and reds, there's greens in other spots, a few spines that are sticking out a little bit. It's a relatively simple style, but of course this is a set that needs to be built in a way that's relatively accessible and easy to put together for your average builder. So that actually makes sense. You got some nice bright bullion pieces and that orange yellow for some of the spines in the back. This is the desk here in the front. Really, really simple all the way through. I like that little step built there. You can see the light yellow makes up the checkered bottom there with a lot of gold as well. So it's a nice interior, really tall ceiling, which is kind of fun. A little bit harder to access with your hands compared to some of the others. And then also this can go up in the display. If it'll focus for you. There you go. Moby Brick.
Moby what?
So it's nice and gold with dark blue. You've got the large 2x2. It says Once Upon a Time. Not the first time we've gotten that particular tile printed on the inside. But yes, Moby Brick can be put right up on the inside of the window here. It sits loosely. It doesn't clip in. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, so you can have Moby Brick on the inside window. And yes, there's some nice little bricks that hang out on the outside. So in terms of exterior shots, we've got tons of these pieces in light gray. I also kind of skipped that over. This was the second story. I skipped that over, but there's a ton of them on this set. And I did want to point out there's the wonderful build for arch pieces. You can see the 1x2 rounded bit. I think that's 4 layers thick as it moves into the actual build of the building. So you get a ton of those pieces as well. I like the little triangular tile bits as well. Okay, that's pretty good, I think, for the first half of the shop, or I should say first half of the modular. And now it is time for me to move on to the residence. So this building's actually a little bit shorter here. It's not quite as tall as the bookshop, and wonderful bright color for a primary color on buildings. I hope we see more modular buildings with nice bright colors to really make them pop out against the crowd, because this little piece, this little 16 by 32 building is going to do wonders to break up some of the more muted colors that come out from some of the other modular creator sets. So anyways, let's take off this first layer. Wow, actually, I feel like, you know what, the back should come off first. This is kind of a more ornate, cool thing. So this is the back here. We'll start off here. You can take it out. And yeah, tell me if this is a new piece. I don't normally remember running into a window pane piece that's built angular. I don't know. This could be a new piece, though I'm not as well versed with the window pane pieces. There's tons of them. And anyways, yeah, we've got some more iron wrought kind of detailing for the banister on the outside. Some plants that are growing. Those 1x2 pieces are now built in the lime green, which is pretty fun. Door opens and closes, obviously. Okay, that's about it for the back. And then, yes, the interior. And I'll also check out the front here. So let me turn this up a little bit. Ooh, yeah. Nice big bedroom. It's got to be the master bed. And I love the ornate big wooden bed frame that we have here. A little lime green lamp, more flowers in a pot. Possibly the flower that the guy gave the girl. I don't know. This might actually belong to the mom and dad now that I think about it. But really, really simple. Just a chest of drawers, little painting on the outside, on the inside. And then let's check out this area. Just love all the details here. There's this piece, this plate. It's like a 2x8 or something. That's turned upside down for it to fit in with the studs. It's a really fun little detail that gets kind of hidden away in there. The arch pieces match up pretty darn well with these quarter rounds. These pointed bits, you get tons of these 1x1 triangular pieces thrown in there. And what an excellent idea for a thatched roof. You can really see it kind of, I think in here is probably the best. There's indications of these overlaid panel pieces, but yeah, right in there you can really see what that shape looks like. Tons of excellent parts, lots of little pieces used to make this, but a really simple build design all around. So the exterior here I think really excels on the blue building more than the other one, at least this part. I really like that part. And now we're taking a look at the bottom floor, or nearly bottom floor, because you can actually break this up and there's a basement, but I'll show you that in a second. Wonderful exteriors. I think these were used a lot as like candle pieces, but they're pretty thin. I think there's 5 stacked on top of each other, all in white, to make these very thin columns. They look excellent. Also, those triangular 1x1s are done in trans now, which is great. Makes the lights and the lamps kind of pop a little bit better. And we are now looking at the living room, the main dining quarters. There we go. Let's turn that up a little bit. Hopefully not too much to blow it out. But we've got newspaper clipping here. What does it say? I haven't actually looked at it. I don't know. I don't know if that's a new little printed piece, but it's nice. There's a fireplace, and in here, it's actually kind of hard to break it out. Actually, wait a second. I don't think it is. You can just, yes, bust it away. You can, wow, you can actually just bust that whole thing away. And there's a bunch of spices and a spice rack on the inside. It's hard to get these doors open once they're closed when it's actually studded into the wall, but it's not too difficult to just break this whole thing away from the wall, and then you can just stud it back into place and it's fine. So there's another build for stairs, slightly less ornate, relatively simple. You've got a little potted plant, and then look at that, the little umbrella piece is just wedged between some microphones that are stuck into the wall, and there's another little fedora. So you've got an umbrella and a hat right at the door, foot mat, and a couch, or maybe just another little spot for you to rest, lay back by the window, read a book, listen to music, something like that. It's just a nice little relaxing room. So there you have it. The back, there isn't much. This would lead out the back towards some steps, which you are about to see right here. So there is a basement. This here in the front is probably, I think it's going to be a lot of people's favorite bit, this curved stair piece. It's wonderful. It's not like super fluid like the other staircase that we saw, but it definitely gets the idea across, and actually you can bend that back so it's kind of resting loosely into the clip there. That's how it's supposed to look. But it doesn't really clip in place, so you kind of just push it there and have it stay there. Really nice though. You got some nice little not potted plants, but plants in a little planer in the front. And in the basement, we have some wonderful details. So this is a ladder that you can use to fold out to get to the birch tree in the front. Desk with a little, just a satchel and some scissors, as well as cheese, mousetrap. So there we go, not bad. This leads up to the door that you saw on the other floor. In the back, there's a little pumpkin garden, and these are the stairs that lead to the back door that I just saw you. So that's a basic run through. Let me put it all back together. And all right, let me give you a basic rundown, some of my final thoughts. I wrote down some of the part to price ratios and stuff from some of the previous Creator Modular sets. This is running right in the same ballpark in terms of bang for your buck in Lego pieces. This is a good investment, and in terms of collectability, because a lot of the times when these Creator Modular sets retire in a few years, their price goes way up on the aftermarket, if that's also something that you like to do. I know that's a popular thing, especially when it comes to collectible sets like this one. In terms of interactive features and interior builds and the quality of the build, this is very much on par with all the other Creator Modular sets. And I do like that we now have another set that you can split apart into 2 pieces. That's something that only came around, I think, just one other time in 2011, and then that was it. So it's cool that we get another one of those, because the assembly square set is 1.5 the size, so you know, it kind of throws off something if you're putting something into a Creator Modular city. And yeah, I would say this is very much on the same level of what we've come to really enjoy and expect from this annual set. And so now it's time to put the Bookshop into our Lego city. I'm not exactly sure right now where it's going to go. Alrighty, this is the official unofficial update for this Lego city that we're working on, and I've split up both of the halves. So this is the residential half of the bookshop set, and the teal fits in pretty nicely between the assembly square and the downtown diner, which is a corner piece right there. It's actually not a corner. Is it a corner piece? No, I guess the downtown diner technically isn't, but it works pretty well as a corner. So anyways, that's the spot we have for the residential area, right next to the assembly square. And then moving around, hopefully not stepping on something that's scattered about on the ground, I have added birch books between the theater and the barber shop. So there we go. It's kind of fun. I might stick them together at some point. Right now, the way our city is set up, we actually have more modular creations than we have space to put them, at least right now, set up in the area. We're going to have to add more tables and then build a much larger environment around there. But right now, this is where we have them set up. So anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe. And by the way, this set is going to be out January 1st officially with the winter wave. This is technically a 2020 set. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.